Alright guys, welcome back to Square One Games. I'm Exonovit, and we are still working on our road to Platinum for Uncharted 3. This should be Episode 5 as well as Chapter 5. And we're in the London Underground, and this is going to be a huge chapter for us in terms of unlocks and treasures. So we want to go ahead and get things started here. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as I can, but we are going to be working on multiple unlocks sometimes during this at the same time. I'll kind of explain it all when we get there, but when we leave this chapter, we want to have a lot of unlocks under our belt. So we will get this thing started as soon as this cutscene is over. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. And I know a lot of you guys don't play Uncharted 3. You may be 360 only. That's cool. But just think about your favorite game being a part of a show like this, and then I think that you can figure out where I'm trying to go with the series. Again, thanks to Mr. PS3. His real name, his channel name is in the description because it's kind of long and it's hard to memorize. But thanks for helping me create the show. I'm loving. It's probably the most fun I've had filming, because it's such a challenge to make sure that my strategies are good enough to where the unlocks pop when I want them to. Nothing is random, right? Even the survivor unlock you'll see is not random. It's completely, it pops when I want it to pop. And it takes a lot of time to figure out all that stuff. So it's been very fun to film this, and hopefully I can continue to make it cool. So let's go ahead and work on, let me pull my notes up right quick. Let's go ahead and work on another unlock here. It's going to be called Hangman, and you have to defeat 20 enemies with gunfire by aiming while hanging. That's kind of weird to say. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. You're going to just go ahead and run up on this rafter section and take a left, hop across. There's going to be two guys that come out after you drop down here. It's going to be two guys that come out. Just want to go ahead and take these guys out. And it's kind of cool because they line up for you, so it's really easy to get both shots. Sometimes you may miss, but you know, just restart your checkpoint. Make sure, obviously, when you kill both of them, that you do the restart checkpoint trick. If you wait too long, then you will disqualify yourself from the checkpoint, so just be careful. Go ahead and go up to your bonuses, stats, and let's go ahead and look at this stat. Now this is shots fired from edge hanging. 2 shots. Now that does not count toward your unlock. That's just shots that you actually fired from your gun. We want to get something that actually tells us how many people we've killed. So enemies defeated by shooting while edge hanging. Enemies defeated by shooting while edge hanging. That's kind of hard to say. Was 2. So we just want to make that say 20. And the unlock is ours. So let's go ahead and restart our checkpoint and do this until we get our unlock. And we will be well on our way with this chapter.
What the hell is this place?
This is a very pivotal chapter. If this chapter goes well for you, then to be honest, the rest of the game is just running around getting treasures for the most part. That's all we're going to do, is just run around and get treasures. So, and that's what makes it cool, right? Because some of the later levels have these big gunfights, and even though we're planning on very easy, you can just mow through those gunfights quick. Get your treasures, beat the level, and move on. So that's kind of how I'm playing it out for my platinum. And remember, you don't have to follow this guide to a T. I mean, feel free to adapt it, but just realize that there'll be some chapters that you know, I may get an unlock that you don't, and then the percentages may end up being weird at the end of a level, and it might cause a little bit of confusion. But you're more than welcome to adapt it. This is just how I think it's a good way to get a platinum in this game. And I think it's a good way for most people too. So we'll just go from there and see what happens.
What the hell is this place?
We're just going to continue to do this. And like I said, this is going to be an unlock that's probably going to pop as you kind of play through the game. But because of the way I'm filming this, I can't afford to have an unlock pop randomly. Because I can't really put a strategy behind something that happens randomly. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind before you bash me in the comments, you bashers. I'm just kidding. You can bash away. That stuff really doesn't bother me when people leave hateful, nasty comments. A lot of times when people leave comments like that, they just, and I don't want to say this rudely, but they're just uneducated on the subject. You know what I mean? They haven't thought about it from all sides. Usually, if somebody bashes you in a comment and you can comment back and kind of show them the reason why you did it, right? Then normally they'll kind of come around your way. I'm all about making friends. I'm not about making enemies. And I know there's some people in this world that you can't be friends with because they, for whatever reason, want to be mad at everybody. But I tend to be on the other side. I like to be happy. I don't like to be stressed. Everybody's a friend until they present themselves as an enemy to me. So, but your comments are very important to me, more so than leaving a like or a favorite or a dislike. To me, that stuff is kind of more about you. Because, you know, when you leave a like on a video, you're basically saying that you want to share that video with your friends. Because, you know, it shows up on your page and all that kind of stuff. And I think comments do too. But the comment helps me out more. You know, let's say 1,000 people watch this video and I get 1,000 likes. Well, that's cool. You know what I mean? I'm glad that I got 1,000 likes and that everybody liked it. But I don't know what they liked. I mean, maybe they liked one part of it because I helped them get an unlock that they needed, right? Maybe there was an unlock they were struggling with. They watched the video. They got their unlock. And that's why they liked it. There's our Hangman unlock right there. But they didn't really like the video. They just liked the fact that I helped them get the unlock, right? They may have disliked the video in general. So I usually don't pay attention to the like-dislike bar, even though it's cool to look down and see green and not red. But comments, that's what I really like to read and interact. So I can't interact with the like and dislike bar, but I can interact with somebody who says, hey man, that video was pretty good, or hey man, I liked everything in the video but this, maybe you can switch that, and then I would like it. And then I go, cool, now I can work on that. So little commentary while we get our unlocks. So let's go ahead and move on with the story. If you're here for unlocks and treasures, go ahead and skip to treasure. Let's see. Go ahead and skip to treasure 20. If you're here to maneuver through the level, then keep watching, and that way I can take care of both viewers. So we want to just hop over here to this wall, hit O, and that's going to put you on ground floor. And then you just want to stealth kill this guy by hitting square.
Don't move.
Okay, and now we're just going to do our bunny hop that we do so well. Because I still think it makes you go faster. It may not, but boy, it feels like it. All the way till we get to this hole in the wall in the back of this area. You can probably see it right now. It's like a hole back there. That's where we're heading. Alright, and let's go ahead and stealth kill the guy that's on the right. Take him out. Okay, so now let's talk business. So now we just made it to the secret library. This is the secret library of Chapter 5. This is a very pivotal moment in my strategy for getting platinum in this game. Is right here in the secret library. So I'm going to explain it all as we go through. Just know that this is where all the magic happens, baby. From this point on, we're going to get a lot of unlocks. So we're going to go ahead and skip our movie. It's going to take us into a movie right here. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. And then we got to stealth kill these two guys. Shouldn't be hard at all. Alright, we're going to again jump off here by hitting up and X. Then hit O. He gets it off the top rope, baby. Then we're going to go ahead and hit square on this guy, take him out. Okay, so now we are officially in the library. Let's start looking for some stuff. So we want to get treasure 20. And treasure 20 can be found by going left. So there's the guy that we just killed. You want to look left and you want to look up. And there's a light up there. And that's where the treasure is. So you want to hop up the desk and keep going until you see the treasure. And there you go. That's also going to get you to unlock Apprentice Fortune Hunter. We're going to wait for that to pop. There it is. And then we're going to go into our menu here and check our treasures. because we should have 20 out of 100 Victorian Copper Penny, and that is what we want. So let's go ahead and get down. And now what you want to do is go to the center of the room where this table is, right here, and go up to it and hit triangle. That's gonna skip you a movie there. Now, here's what we're gonna do. We are now in the Golden Hind section of the game, meaning that we have to find the Golden Hind. Now, the Golden Hind is, let's see, where did I kill the guy at? So, this is where you drop off the balcony, take out the guy off the top rope. This is where you stealth kill the guy. That's the treasure. That's the Golden Hind. So there's your points of reference. That's where you're trying to go to continue the story. But now we're going to do something a little trickier. We're going to hit start, and we are going to go into save game. We're going to create a save file. We're going to make sure that we know which one it is. It's going to be save file 2. This is very important for my strategy to work, to create another save file. So now we have 2 save files. Now, as soon as I hit O, I'm going to be playing on save file 2. Okay, it automatically puts you on the game that you saved. So now I'm on save file 2. Save file 1, we want to keep that file there for a reason. Because what we're going to do is we're going to play through a lot of this level, get a ton of unlocks, then we're going to come back to the save file and get more unlocks. So we're going to farm right here a little bit. There's going to be a lot we're going to be working on, so I just wanted to make sure you guys know that. If you don't save your game here, then it's going to be very difficult to keep up with the rest of the video. So I just wanted to stress that. Make sure you save it. And now we want to get up to the Golden Hind. So you want to just hop up on this desk and hop up on this little portrait or flag or whatever you want to call it. Keep going around. Jump up to the light. And then it's going to ask you to hit triangle. Go ahead and do that. And there's going to be 2 guys that come through this door. I'm going to go ahead and just shoot both of those guys. And then we're going to talk about an unlock.
It's a trap. They're here. Take cover.
So there we go. Both guys are down.
To Arabia.
Okay, let's stop it right here, because here's what we're going to be working on. We're going to be working on an unlock called Combat Leapfrog. And the way that you get Combat Leapfrog is you defeat 10 enemies in a row, and you have to alternate between hand-to-hand combat and gunplay. Now, I know that we just shot 2 people, okay? And now there's 3 people in front of us. So technically, the last guy that we shot counts. We could technically melee the next guy and start the process. But I find that if I run up there to go for the melee, typically Cutter and Sully will tend to kill everybody before I can even get up there. So what I like to do is start my Combat Leapfrog with the shot on these guys. So you can do it however you want to, but I like to start my unlock right now. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to matter that much. So as soon as it lets us out of this cutscene, I'm going to shoot a guy and then hopefully run up and kill another guy. Now sometimes Sully and Cutter will shoot the other 2 guys, and I only get credit for shooting one. It's neither here nor there. So it's going to work out to our benefit regardless. The main thing you want to do is make sure that you start your process right now. So we're going to turn around and shoot a guy and then keep this thing going. So here we go. Alright, there's my shot. And I'm trying to run up here and melee kill. Okay, so I was able to shoot, then melee. So that's 2 of the 10 that I need, right? Shoot, melee. So now my goal is to shoot again. So let me go ahead and pick up a gun so I can get more ammo. Make sure you have a lot of ammo just in case. Let's go ahead and keep going. So we're going to be focused on shooting the next guy that we see. There's going to be a guy that comes out right here. Shoot, we're going to melee this guy. Okay, we're going to then go out here and shoot again. A lot of times you can kill them right there. So there's a shot. Let me go melee. Okay, let me shoot again. Shoot, let me melee. Finding somebody to melee. Here we go. Alright, now I'm going to shoot. And then I'm going to melee. Just keep going. And then shoot. Melee. Just keep doing it until you get the unlock. Okay, so let's pause it. There's my unlock. You saw how I did that, right? Let me go ahead and explain this. If for some reason you don't get that unlock there, you have two options. You can continue to play through the game and keep that unlock in mind, or you can go back to the save file where you're in the Golden Hind section and repeat the process. That's why that save file is there per my strategy, is because there's a lot of unlocks that we're going to get in here, and even though they're not really easy to mess up, you can mess them up. Does that make sense? I hope that, I mean, it's good strategy. I don't want you to think that it's fickle strategy. It's just sometimes, like for instance with this one, right? Sometimes when you go to melee somebody, Sully will kill them. See? So it's hard for you to tell if you actually melee killed them or he shot them. See what I mean? So that's where it gets confusing. It's like, okay, do I need to shoot the next guy or melee the next guy? Because I don't know how this guy just died. And so that's why you want to go back to your save file. So hopefully you were able to get it right then. You're going to get it in this area up here where I am right now. One of these guys is going to give it to you. So just keep that in mind. Now let me go ahead and say this. If you revert back to your save game, when you load up the save file and you're in the Golden Hind room, go ahead and make another save game, right? Because when you load that game up and you start playing, it's going to be auto-saving. And then you're going to have two save files that are going to put you past the Golden Hind room. So you always need that file that you can go back to. Because we still need to go back and get some unlocks later on. So it's very important that you always have a file that puts you in the Golden Hind room. So that when we finish all this work we're doing up here now, you can go back. And if you have a mistake, you can go back. Does that make sense? And I may have a mistake here too. I'm doing this live, right? But then I'll just go back. We'll do it together. But we really want to make sure we get as many unlocks in this chapter as we can, because we want the rest of the game to be pretty much treasure hunting. So I just wanted to get all that stuff out there and make all that stuff clear. So now what I want to do is show you guys kind of another trick. Okay? So we want to go ahead and restart our checkpoint. And that's going to put us in what I consider the first fighting area. Like this is like fight 1. Up here where this blue tarp is that I'm pointing at, that's like fight 2. And then around the corner, that corner right there, there's more level back there. That's like fight 3. So what I want to point out is that I'm hitting right on my D-pad and I have no gun. The only gun I have is the pistol. Okay. Now we want to work on some more unlocks here. We want to work on an unlock called Run and Gunner, which is defeat 20 enemies by shooting from the hip. Means you can't aim, you just have to shoot. Okay, that's one. We also want to work on an unlock called 30 kills Cal 7, and to get that you just have to kill 30 people with the Cal 7. Now it just so happens that the Cal 7 is going to be right there. Now what's going to happen is when we push forward, there's going to be a guy that runs out and gets cover behind that blue tarp. When he does, we're going to go up there and kill him and take his gun. Okay? And then we're going to basically kill everybody that we can without using the Cal 7. And I'll explain why when we get there. Just as soon as you get the Cal 7, switch to your pistol. And either melee everybody or kill him with the pistol. And I'll explain why when we get there. So let's go ahead and try it out. Do our jumpity thing. And let's go ahead and get our... I'm stuck right now. Let's get our Cal 7. This guy's got it. See, it's on his back right now. He's always going to have it. And just make sure you pick it up. Now switch to your pistol. Switch to your pistol. You can kill these guys, or you know, whatever you want to do. Melee, kill, doesn't really matter. Now sometimes you can get lucky enough here to get your headshot unlocked, where you have to kill 5 people in a row with headshots. This is not the place that I typically get it, but if it happens by luck, it happens. But here's what you want to do. You want to kill everybody, right? So we pretty much, now we're into the 3rd fight section, right? We're in fight 3, and that's where you want to be at. Now here's the reason why I told you not to use your Cal 7. Here's what happens. As soon as you kill that 3rd guy right there, the game auto-saves. And if your bullets are low in your Cal 7, like if it's 0, then when you restart your checkpoint, you're going to start with 0 bullets. And then you can't really get your Cal 7 unlocked. However, once we go back to our save file, back in the Golden Hind room, if you don't get the Cal 7 unlocked right now, you can pick it up then. Does that make sense? So I just want to kind of throw that out there for you. So let's go ahead and restart our checkpoint. And what you're going to notice is that now I have my pistol. Well, I have my pistol, but I also have a Cal 7 with 60 bullets. Does that make sense? So if you use your bullets before and then you restart, you'll have maybe 0 bullets or 12 bullets. And it's going to be harder to try to work on these unlocks. So now we're going to work on Run and Gunner, which is killing 20 enemies by shooting from the hip. And we're also going to be working on 30 kills with the cow at the same time, so that we're saving some time. So let's go ahead and push up into the 3rd fight, and I'll show you how this thing works. So there's going to be 3 guys. You just want to run up here. You don't aim, you just shoot. And you just want to kill all 3 of them. Run right up to them if you need to, and then immediately restart your checkpoint. And it puts you right back here, and you still have your 60 bullets. Does that make sense? So it allows you to be able to knock out a couple of unlocks at once. Okay, restart your checkpoint. And remember, if you messed up at all, just go back to the Golden Hind room, resave a new file, so that you always have one that takes you back to the Golden Hind room, and you'll be fine. If for some reason you can't save, or like you messed that part up, just chapter select back, work your way back to this area, and you can catch back up. But if you do the save trick the way that I'm explaining it, meaning you always have that extra save feature there, then you should be fine. And because we're killing 3 people, then, you know, it's not going to take but what? Couple of times, not a couple of times, but, you know, what, 5 or 6 times or something to get basically 2 unlocks. Then there's going to be another one we're going to work on here in a minute. Let's see, what is that, like 8 or 9 times, I guess, for 30 kills. Am I doing that right? It's kind of hard to think about math when you're doing a live commentary, but and you see how the game is auto reloading my gun? That's why I stopped to get the auto reload back when we did the 100 headshot thing, right? Because if I were still working on the reload unlock, then I'll be disqualifying myself right now from that unlock. So there's always a method to the madness. There we go, Run and Gunner. So because we get Run and Gunner after defeating 20 enemies while just basically hip firing, I do know now that I'm only about 10 kills away from getting my 30 kills with the Cal 7 unlock. Does that make sense? So we're going to take it a step further though, right? Our primary unlock now we're working on is 30 kills with the Cal 7 because we just got Run and Gunner. But now we want to focus on another unlock, which is Blindfire Marksman. And that's defeating 20 enemies with Blindfire while in cover. So our primary right now is 30 kills with the cow. But while we're working on that, we're also going to be working on another unlock at the same time. Let's go ahead and restart our checkpoint. And now you want to do the same thing, but when you get down to the bottom area here, you want to go ahead and take cover behind this blue tarp and take out one or two of those guys depending on where they are, and then force yourself back here and take out the other two guys, and then restart your checkpoint. And then you just want to keep repeating that process until you pick up the other unlocks. See how I auto reloaded right then? But we've already got that unlocked, baby. So we don't have to ever worry about auto reloading, you know, throughout the entire game. Can you imagine going through the game and having to think about reloading your gun 50 times? I mean, that would just be crazy. I mean, I guess you could farm that too. You know, like go into a room and kill a guy and then reload, but man, we're already done with it. And we got it naturally. We didn't even think about it. There's my 30 kills with the Cal 7. Now I know that I'm only about 10 kills away from getting my Blindfire unlock. Remember, because I had about 20. Then we started working on the other unlock. I got 10. And so that's typically how this thing works. Okay, restart our checkpoint. Okay, restart our checkpoint. I should think maybe one or two more, and I should have my Blindfire Marksman after one or two more of these, if my math is right. Now I can tell you now, the Cal 7 does not have the best blind fire, but you got 60 bullets because you didn't use any of your bullets when you first got your Cal. Remember, you used your pistol or you used melee, and so you have 60 opportunities to kill these guys. So that's plenty. I'm thinking it's gonna pop sometime. I know that in the last fight I didn't kill all 3 of them, so it may be the next gunfight. I think Cutter or Sully stole one of my kills. Jerks. No, it's popping. And there you go. So Blindfire Marksman, all done. Now, if you don't have all these unlocks right now, feel free to go back to the Golden Hind Room and catch up. Or, if you want to table them and get them later on in your game, that's entirely up to you. But we are going to go back to the save file now anyway, because we do have to get some more unlocks. So let's go ahead, and instead of restarting our checkpoint, we're going to go to Load Game. Save Game 2 is the game that we're on right now. Save Game 1, remember, is the Golden Hind Room. Does that make sense? So you always want to keep that square. And I'll show you right here. So we go into Save Game 1. That's going to put us in the Golden Hind Room. Okay, and I'll show you what I was trying to tell you a while ago about always having a save file. So now we should start off in the Golden Hind Room. There you go. Now what we want to do is hit start again, just in case, right? Because now both of the games that I have, both of those files, like the other file, right, the Save Game 2 file, if I were to load that game up right now, I would be in the third fight of that next section. Let's say that I play on this account and I go all the way to the third fight, and then I load this account, it's going to put me in the third fight because it's going to be auto-saving as I play. So in the event that you have any more problems with this level, you want to go ahead and save the game again. New save data, yes. That way now you're playing on Save Game 3. Your Save 1 game is always going to be in the Golden Hind Room. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If not, ask me in the comments and I'll try to explain it. Maybe I'll even do a video on it, right? But now we're back in the Golden Hind Room, and the first thing we want to do is go ahead and initiate the next sequence. So let's go ahead and find the Golden Hind again by climbing up the side of this column and around
No, it's gotta be here.
and back. And let's get the Hind again.
Oh shit! It's a trap. They're here. Take cover.
Oh, missed them. Look at that shooting, baby. All right. Now here we just have to shoot them. It doesn't matter, just shoot them, because you should already have your combat leapfrog. If you don't, then here you want to start working on it, right?
Come on, Nate. Let's go. What the hell are you doing? Grab the terminal and the cipher disk.
Oh, out of bullets. Looks like I'm about to take him out. Okay. Got your gun, buddy. Now, let's talk about what we're going to be working on next. We're going to go find a treasure right quick. Treasure number 21. We have a save file here in the event that something happens, or in the event that you need to come back. So don't worry about that. We're all good. Make sure you got a save file here. Let's go ahead and look on and find treasure 21. So we want to go up these steps, and we want to work our way around to the back of the room. Doesn't really matter which way you go, left or right. It's all going to lead to the back of the room. And you want to be looking underneath this like table or this desk right here. There's going to be a treasure right there, and that's going to be number 21, Victorian Gold Sovereign. And so you should have that in your inventory. And the reason why that I didn't get these the first time is because I wanted to keep it separate. I wanted people who skipped the treasure 21 to already have all this other stuff. So that's why I did it that way. Okay, so now we want to get the unlock, which is called Ride the Crocodile. And the way that you get that is if you look to your right, past where the treasure is, there's a treasure. Look to your right. There's going to be these two black cables, and underneath it on the other side of this ledge is a crocodile. Go ahead and hit up and X and just wait. It's going to be auto saving, so it takes a second. And there's your unlock. I can tell you that sometimes I've stood on the tail, like down here, and it doesn't pop for a while, but if I move up here to like the center of it, it pops. So if you're having problems with that, then that's typically how that works. Now to get down, just go ahead and jump off and get back down here. So we're back in action again. We're going to forward through the level again, and this time we're basically just looking to pick up a couple of treasures that we purposefully missed on our first playthrough, because I wanted you guys to be focused on just the unlocks. I didn't want to be going for treasures and unlocks at the same time. So obviously when you're playing, you can combine some of this stuff, right? Because you're not filming it, and maybe make it a little bit cleaner. But for filming purposes, I kind of had to do it this way. Hopefully you understand. So we're going to go ahead and try to find treasure number 22. And the way that we do that is just by going back through here again. Now, oh, let me say this. You can go, there's an unlock called Headshot Expert. Defeat 5 enemies in a row with headshots. Now, you can get this, there's a specific place that I like to get it. But I am trying to get it the whole time, because there's a lot of enemies in here. There's a lot of opportunities to get headshots. So I'm going to be going for headshots. But there is a specific place where I know that it's easier to get. But if you can get it between here and the end of the level, then get it. Long story short is we're going to have Headshot Expert by the time we finish the chapter. So you're more than welcome during these little sequences where there's enemies to be focused on getting headshots. But there is going to be a specific place where I'm going to actually try to get it if I don't have it by the time I get there. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's go ahead and continue. So you'll see me in here. I'm going to be going for a lot of headshots. I'm going to be walking right up onto the enemies and trying to get them in the head. Like there's a headshot.
You got it.
There's a headshot. Just kind of waiting. You're not going to die. They're not going to kill you. Oh, didn't go out and get him. I think I got that. I think he was a headshot. He's a headshot. So if I'm right, that's my 4th. That may have been my 5th. I'm not sure. I think I got him in the throat. but I'm still going for it.
You're everywhere. Come on, we gotta keep moving.
There's one. Ah, Sully. 2. I know that's 2. This guy can typically get him because he's all over by himself. Just trying to take my time. There's 3. 4. He's dead already. So if I can get the next headshot, I'm pretty sure that I got it. That should be my 5th. If not, I'll get another one for good measure. That should be 5. Pretty sure that's 5. Is it gonna pop? There it is. So I'll show you where it's a little bit easier to get it, but just remember to focus on that as you're coming through, because really the only thing you're looking for is a treasure. So if you don't get it where I just got it, then you can go back to your save file and go from the golden hind room and try to get it again. But I am going to show you a place later on in the level where I typically would get it. But you just don't want to waste those opportunities, right? To get it when you can. Now, here's another. Well, let's go and get the treasure. This is going to be treasure number 22. You want to just look. There's this. Okay, let's get a frame of reference here. There's the blue tarp. There's a train on your right. There's a train on your left. You want to look on the train on your left, right up there. It's going to be a treasure. You want to shoot it, and it's going to fall on top of the train. You want to run up here and pick that guy up. Okay? That's going to be treasure 22 out of 100, the Silver Hunter Pocketwatch. Alright, now, let's go ahead and talk about the next thing we're going to do here. Very important when you come to this next section that you have the Cal 7. Now, we've already got our Cal unlocked, so we're not really going to be using it for that. But if you don't have your Cal unlocked yet, go ahead and restart your checkpoint here and do the trick where you kill the 3 guys. Does that make sense? And you can get your unlock there. But we want to go ahead and keep moving forward, because the next thing we're going to be working on is an unlock called Propane and an unlock called Rolling Ammo Master. And I'm going to explain that when we get there. So, again, shoot these 2 guys. Remember, if you don't have your headshot, you can go ahead and try to get headshots on those 2 guys if you want to. Just make sure you have both guns. Now, let's go ahead and work on the unlock Propane. And the way that you get Propane is by defeating 10 enemies with Propane or acetylene tank explosions. Now, you can get this unlock in a lot of different places. We're just going to go ahead and knock it out here because it's pretty simple.
Goodbye, fellas.
Let's go ahead and restart our checkpoint because these guys are out of position because that I took too long to come up the steps. What you want to do is you want to come right here and go ahead and shoot that propane tank, and there's going to be a guy that falls down the ladder. You can shoot him too. That's usually 2. Sometimes that 3rd guy will go behind the ladder as well, and you can get 3 kills here. But this takes, 3 to 5 times total restarting your checkpoint to get the unlock. So this is typically where I like to get it at.
Look out, boys.
There we go. Just keep restarting your checkpoint, and that's going to get you to unlock propane. Now remember, like we said earlier, you can get this by just playing the game. No problem. Trust me, you will get it. But for the sake of the strategy and the tutorial, I wanted to show you a place that you could farm it and get it on your terms so that you would know when it was going to pop. We don't want no randomness, baby. It's hard to give a tutorial on randomness. Okay, and let's go ahead and pick up our next kill and then wait, take him out. I think there should be one more, maybe. Yeah, one more of these and we should be able to get propane out pretty easy. Get down, son. This should be it right here. That should be the 10th if I counted correctly. Wait to see if it pops. Yeah, it's gonna pop. There it is. Yeah, propane. So we got that trophy. Now, the reason why that I wanted you to pick up the Cal 7, okay, When I was first going through the game on my practice run, I was going after my rolling ammo master unlock. And the way that you get that is you pick up ammo 20 times in a row while rolling. And so I had this huge strategy. I was like, okay, cool. What I'll do is I'll get a gun, and you know, when you reload your ammo, it fills up your stock, and so you can't reload again, right? You can't pick up any ammo when your gun is full. And I was like, well, cool. I'll just shoot one bullet and then roll over ammo, and just keep doing that, right, until I get the unlock. And it was a pretty cool strategy, and it still works that way. But what happened is on my 20th reload, because I counted them, I had a tally sheet, there happened to be a gun and an ammo right beside each other, and I didn't notice it. So when I hit O and rolled, and I hit triangle to pick up the ammo, I actually picked up the gun. And when I picked up the gun, it gave me the unlock. And I was like, ooh. So I developed a new strategy. And what I want to do is, there's a shotgun in this room, and I have the Cal 7. Now, if you don't have the Cal 7 and you pick up the shotgun, there's no other guns around to replace the shotgun with. Does that make sense? So you want to be able to replace the secondary gun that you have with the completely new gun, and then you just roll back over that gun and replace it back with the other gun. So basically all we're going to do is keep rolling over the Cal 7 and the shotgun until the unlock pops. And it does count, I guess, as a restocking of ammo, because the Cal 7 is going to have ammo in it, and so is the shotgun. So I don't know if that's a glitch or whatever, but I thought it was pretty cool. So we're going to go and work on rolling ammo master right now. There's no need to restart your checkpoint. So we're going to go ahead and go to options and just hit O and kill this last guy. Okay. Now, keep in mind, I do want to point this out, that Survivor, remember, that's the reason why we created the save file to begin with. We are currently working on Survivor right now, which is killing 75 enemies in a row. So just make sure from here on out that you don't die. And I can guarantee you that the Survivor unlock is going to pop in the next chapter. So just make sure you don't die or restart a checkpoint. Be careful on that, and you'll be able to get Survivor in Chapter 6. I forgot to point that out when we were in the Golden Hind Room. I apologize. Okay, so there's the shotgun. Okay, notice I have the Cal. We're going to count this together. We're going to hit O, and you see when I roll across it, it gives me the option to pick it up, and that's what you got to do to get the rolling ammo master unlocked. So go ahead and roll, hit triangle while you roll, and that's 1. And then we're going to roll back over the Cal. That's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now you saw what happened right there. That's going to happen sometimes, is you're going to take cover instead of picking up the gun. So just restart your count and do it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes sullying them gets in your way too. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, it almost got me. 18, 19, 20. If I counted right, it should pop. If not, I'll do it one more time. I might have counted wrong. And there it is. So rolling ammo master. Now I have gotten that unlocked, like I said, legit, I guess, quote unquote, by getting up ammo. And what you can do is, if for some reason you get here and you don't have the Cal, you can basically start from the Golden Hind Room. This is what I did in my practice run. And as I'm coming through killing people, I'm just picking up their actual ammo, right? And what's going to happen is your unlock is going to pop after you climb this ladder. and take out the first 3 guys, somewhere in that area your unlock will pop. That'll be about 20 reloads. So, and what you can do is you can shoot a bullet to get your ammo down so that you're able to reload again. See what I mean? So if you're at max ammo, like I'm at max ammo with the shotgun, I would just shoot it and then roll over shotgun ammo and pick up more. So however you want to play that out is entirely up to you. Now if you've missed any of these unlocks, any of these, feel free to go ahead and start from your save point where the golden hind room is and catch back up, or just make sure that you have them tabled when you come through, right? We still have one thing left to get in this particular chapter, and that's the last treasure. So let's go ahead and push forward, and let's pick up the Cal 7 again, because I don't want to have the shotgun going through here. Alright, and when you come out of this room, now this room is where I normally would get my headshots. If you haven't got your headshots by now, and the reason why I like this room is that there's going to be 3 people that meet you in this foggy tunnel, and you can shoot the one on the left, and what happens is you just move your reticle straight to the right, and all their heads kind of line up, if that makes sense. And if you get 3 headshots on them, then there's so many more enemies left in this level that it's really easy to pick up the other 2. If you don't get a headshot on like the first 2 people, just restart your checkpoint until you get 3 headshots, and then make sure you get 2 more headshots obviously as you go along. So this is where I typically would get it if I haven't gotten it already. Since we have it already, we're just going to feast through here and kill these guys. Now here's another thing that you can get here. It's optional. I'm not going to get it. Sometimes these guys will drop a mag 5. See if I can find it. See, like that's why I think that it's optional, is because I can't find the mag 5 right now. But sometimes they'll drop a mag 5 and you can go ahead and get the unlock for mag 5 by just killing this room and then restarting your checkpoint. But it doesn't happen every time, so I don't want you to get your hopes up. I do have a place in the game where I'm going to get the mag 5 unlock, so don't be worried about that if you don't get it here. But I did want to point that out, that is part of my strategy. Oh, you know what? I could shoot that propane tank, huh? See how easy those guys would be to get a headshot on? So that's what you want to do, right? If you don't have your headshots by now. But then again, you know, like I said, you don't want to waste time killing all those people and not try to get headshots either. So let's go ahead and focus on where to get treasure number 23. Let's go ahead and come back here for a frame of reference. So we just entered the tunnel looking for treasure 23. Treasure 23 is to the left of the North Atwood sign down here in front of the train. It's going to be right here. And that's going to give you the Art Nouveau Flask, I guess. And my sound just went out for some reason. Oh, there it goes. It's back now. So that's going to give you that, and that's pretty much it for this level. So if you came for unlocks and treasures, we are all done. Congratulations. This is the hardest chapter in terms of following and getting the unlocks. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them for you. But we're pretty much done with the unlocks. If you want to see how the level plays out, then stay tuned, and I'll show you how to get through the level. Remember, don't die, because you're working on your survivor unlock, and you've probably already killed like 20 to 40 people already, right? Well, probably like 30 to 40 people because of the huge train level. And also make sure you don't restart your checkpoint, okay? And that's it. I'm gonna walk you guys through the rest of this, and we'll see you guys in chapter 6 if you decide to skip. So alright guys, the way you want to get to the rest of this level is just kill everybody basically. There's gonna be 4 guys in this room, and then there's gonna be some guys with laser sights in the back of the room, but you don't really have to worry about them, you know, because they're not going to kill you. But remember, you are working on your survivor unlock, so you do want to kill 75 people. So you do want to kill as many people as you can possibly kill, right? So that you can continue to work on that unlock and get it behind you. Alright, so as you're climbing these steps, make sure you turn around, because there's going to be some guys that try to come from behind. Did I not hit him? He's gonna get melee. Oh, he got drop kicked in the jaw. How does it feel? Alright guys, let's finish out this chapter. It's been a long chapter, but we got a lot of stuff accomplished. There's a gun over here if you need ammo or something like that, but go ahead and shoot the lock on the door. If I can shoot it. And that's basically going to take us on into the next episode. So we're going to stop it there. That's going to be the movie. Now watch this. Let's check out our trophy collection. This is going to blow your mind right here. 33%. We're not even in the 6th chapter yet. Got 33% of our unlocks. Pretty amazing, I think. And now for the rest of the game, it's just going to get so much easier to play through because it's mainly going to be treasure hunting. So thanks for sticking with me, and your treasure count should be at 23 if you have followed the guide correctly. And hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We will see you guys in episode 6. I'm excited. Let's get this platinum, baby, and we'll see you guys there. Be good.